My name's Mike Craig and I'm a research associate at the University of Western Australia. What we want to get out of our research, they're all funded through what's called the Linkage Scheme. So that is supposed to link up universities with private industries, that can be government agencies or private companies in Alcoa's case, that actually want research to be done. So it's a win-win situation. So obviously industry partners, the government puts most of the money in, but the industry partners put some money in as well. But what you get out of that is that you get applied research that is actually of direct interest to the industry partners. So Alcoa have contributed also their knowledge to say, well, this is what is going to be useful to us, this is what we want to be worked upon, and then we work upon those things. Then we can generate outcomes from that research that's both useful to, mining companies or private companies, throughout Australia, but also is specifically useful to Alcoa so that they can manage the landscapes where they mine a lot better to help conserve cockatoos and ensure that they can still continue to extract the bauxite without significantly affecting the conservation status of the cockatoos. So our research is mostly focused around the role that water plays in the conservation of cockatoos. So cockatoos need to drink pretty much every day. So maybe if there's been very heavy rain over winter, there may be some days in there where they don't drink, but basically they drink every day. So that's a real issue for them because that might constrain where they nest or where they forage or a whole bunch of other things. So the first project that we looked at was really the role that water plays in their nesting ecology. So do they nest here? Obviously they need to nest somewhere where there's a good hollow, but maybe there's a good hollow here, but they're not choosing to nest it because it's too far away from a drink site. And that research showed that they do actually nest closer to drink sites, both drink sites that are available all year round and drink sites that are only available for part of the year over winter and spring, significantly closer than we would have expected. So it shows that they're probably using these tree hollows because they're close to drink sites. If we want these things to be nesting in the future, do we also have to think not just about conserving hollows, but also about how many drink sites are available to them? And we had a really excellent PhD student working on our current project. He's just winding up, Stan Mastriantonis. And Stan actually developed a program that showed where we can put artificial drink sites in the landscape to maximise the use or the quality of the nesting and foraging resources around those drink sites. And that's been made available to our industry partners as well. They can use that information, so that's really critical. And then the other part has been this one where we've looked at these artificial water points. And the interesting thing about it was we had artificial water points in a variety of different settings. So we had them right next to where cockatoos drank already. Not permanent drink sites, but areas that they drank from for several months of the year. We had them on some granite outcrops where there wasn't any water, so the birds weren't drinking there, and then we just tried them out in some open forest sites. And what was most surprising out of that project was they were no more likely to drink from the bars that were next to the drink sites than they were from sites out in the middle of the forest somewhere where there never would have been any water pooling no matter how much it rained. So that showed how adaptable they are, but also that we can actually choose where we put these things, and there's a good likelihood that they'll be utilised and it will help the conservation of black cockatoos.